Hello friends, welcome to Learner's Planet. Friends, this is our first session for trigonometry, and in this session we'll be discussing advanced level of problems. And before you come for this session, you must attend the basic sessions of trigonometry, otherwise you will find these sessions difficult, right? In this in fact we'll be having good number of sessions on advanced level trigonometry. So in all these sessions we'll be discussing the concepts and the problems which are now I can say very frequently asked in competitive exams, and I would suggest you just note down the important concepts, and if you find anything new that you are not knowing earlier. Okay, so let's begin. Friends, we have already discussed the basic or I can say just relationships among the different trigonometric functions. We just go for a quick recap. We have the three basic trigonometric functions, that is sine theta, cos theta and tan theta. Sine theta perpendicular by hypotenuse, cos theta base by hypotenuse, and tan theta perpendicular by base, and sine theta by cos theta is equal to tan theta, right? Apart from that, the three more relations we are knowing, that is 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta, 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta, and sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, right? And sine theta into cosec theta is equal to 1, cos theta into sec theta is equal to 1, and tan theta into cot theta is also 1. So these are the basic relations that you must be knowing. Apart from that, the values of sine theta, cos theta at different angles, some may be sine 0, sine 45, sine 30, that we have already discussed in our basic sessions. In fact, we have done good number of problems based on height and distance. So you must be knowing the basic values of sine theta, cos theta, tan theta when it is 0, 30, when they are 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90, right? So I will not repeat the entire thing. You must attend the basic sessions, as I've already told you before you come for this session. So you must be knowing all these things. Now a simple thing I would just like to discuss over here. See, sine theta, the new things that we are going to discuss over here is the range of trigonometric functions, right? So the problems based on maxima and minima you can solve very easily, right? In various competitive exams, the problems like sine theta plus cos theta, what is the maximum value or what is the minimum value of this expression, you can solve them easily, right? For that you must be knowing the domain and range of trigonometric functions. Domain of all these trigonometric functions. What is domain actually? So what are the favorable values for theta, right? Suppose sine theta, so what are the favorable values of theta? That is the domain of this function, right? Basically function is a topic of very high mathematics, very high in fact that's taught in grade 11 and 12, those who take mathematics, right? So I will not go into that deep, but the favorable values of theta over here, that is the, or if I have to talk about the domain of sine theta, so that is R, that is real numbers. So theta can be any real number, so that is the domain of sine theta. And similarly we have to discuss, that is range. Range, that means the minimum value of sine theta and maximum value of sine theta. So minimum value of sine theta is -1 and maximum value of sine theta is 1. That means range of sine theta will be -1 to 1, both included, right? This bracket shows both the values written over here are included, and the range is all the numbers from -1 to 1. That is sine theta, the value of sine theta will be greater than equal to -1 and less than equal to 1. So this is the range of sine theta. That means whatever you put the value of theta over here, you'll be getting the values between, the sine theta will be equal to -1 to 1, whatever you put at theta, right? You can observe sine 0 is 0, that's half, that's 1 by root 2, this is root 3 by 2, and this is 1, right? In this is, we are talking about the first quadrant. In second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant, that's all sugar, tea, coffee. In this quadrant, first quadrant, all the 6 trigonometric functions are positive. In second quadrant, only sine theta is positive. In the third quadrant, tan theta is positive. In the fourth quadrant, cos theta is positive. 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, and 2 pi. Now sine pi by 2, that is sine 90 degree, that is 1, and sine 3 pi by 2, that is sine 270 degree, that is minus 1, right? So the minimum value of sine theta will be minus 1 and the maximum value of sine theta will be 1. So you'll be getting the different values of sine theta, that will be between minus 1 and 1, right? That depends upon theta, and theta can be any real number, right? Similarly, for cos theta, if we discuss, so domain is again real numbers. You can put any values from the set of real numbers in the place of theta, right? So domain of cos theta is real numbers, and range, once again it will be minus 1 to 1. Okay, so range of cos theta, the minimum value of cos theta will be minus 1 and maximum value will be 1. Minimum value is minus 1 and maximum value is 1, right? Cos 0 is 1 and cos pi is minus 1. So I hope you are getting this thing. And the third one is tan theta. Now tan theta, the domain is all real numbers except see what happens in case of tan theta. Tan 90 degree is actually infinity, right? Cos 0 is 1 and this is 0. Cos 90 is 0. So precisely tan theta is what? Tan 90 is what? Sin 90 by cos 90. That is 1 by 0. So that is infinity. That is, we can say, not defined, right? So tan 90 is not defined. Similarly, tan 3 pi by 2 is also not defined. Again, 5 pi by 2 is also not defined. That means precisely odd number of pi by 2's are not defined. So this is the domain of tan theta, right? That means you cannot have any odd multiple of pi by 2 over here, right? So all the real numbers minus 2n plus 1 pi by 2, because in case of 2n plus 1 pi by 2, you will be getting the value of tan theta is not defined or infinity. Okay, so this is the domain of tan theta, and range of tan theta, that is the minimum value and maximum value. Here it is 1 equal to sine. The minimum value of tan theta, or I can say the tan theta lies between minus infinity to infinity, right? I'm not putting equal to sign over here because minus infinity and infinity, both the values cannot be achieved. These are undefined values, right? Or they really do not exist. Okay, so tan theta lies between minus infinity to infinity. So the things which we discussed over here is sin theta, domain is R, range is minus 1 to 1. Cos theta, domain is R, that is real number, and range is minus 1 to 1. Tan theta, domain is R minus 2n plus 1 pi by 2 and range is minus infinity to infinity. That means tan theta can take any value from the set of real numbers. So this thing is really important, just note it down. Now, as I told you, sin theta lies between minus 1 to 1 and cosec theta is actually 1 upon sin theta. I can say reciprocal of sin theta, right? So cosec theta will lie it will be less than minus 1 or greater than 1. So cosec theta is less than minus 1 or greater than 1. That means cosec theta will not have any value between minus 1 to 1. because it is reciprocal of sin theta. If sin theta lies between -1 to 1, cosec theta will be having all the values apart from these two, or I can say this range, right? So cosec theta is less than equal to -1 or greater than equal to 1, right? Similarly for sec theta. Okay, so if you know all the basics, I mean domain and range of all the 6 trigonometric functions, then maxima minima problems can be solved very easily. Now let's take some of the problems, and if any new concept is involved, I'll explain you at that time only. Which of the following is not possible? Now, as I told you, the domain and range of sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, right? See, sin theta 5/7, that is precisely possible because that is less than 1. Right, tan theta 100, that is possible because tan theta lies between -infinity to infinity, so that is quite possible. Sec theta 5/2, that is possible because sec theta is either less than -1 or greater than 1, right? As I discussed the case of cosec theta, the same is with sec theta because cos theta lies between -1 to 1, so sec theta will be less than -1 or greater than 1. All the values which are less than -1 or greater than 1, right? So sec theta can be greater than 1. So this is also possible. Now we judge this. Now here t is not equal to 0. So if t is not equal to 0, definitely 1 plus t square will be greater than 1 minus t square. That means numerator is always greater than denominator. That means the value of this will be always greater than 1. Right? Because and will not be equal to 1 because t is not 0, so we will not be able to get a value that is that is 1, right? So cos theta is definitely greater than 1 over here, and I have already told you the range of cos theta, which is not possible. Cos theta can have any value from -1 to 1, but it cannot have any value that is greater than 1. So this is not possible. Okay, so if you know the range of cos theta, you can easily rule it out, or we can easily find it out that it is not possible, right? So your answer is cos theta is equal to 1 plus t square upon 1 minus t square. So this is not possible. Tan x is defined for all x in. So precisely domain of tan x is asked. So we have just discussed that the domain of tan x will be r minus odd number of pi by 2's, because at pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, tan theta is takes value as infinity, right? So that is not possible. That means domain of tan theta is r minus odd number of pi by 2's. So that's pretty simple. Now, if sin theta plus cosec theta is equal to 2, then sin square theta plus cosec square theta is equal to what? Now, the maximum value sin theta can take is 1, right? And sin theta is 1 when theta is 90 degree. And similarly, cosec 90 is also 1. So, we can have a set of value over here, that is theta is 90 degree, right? That is the possibility. So, sin 90 plus cosec 90 is 2. That means there is a possibility that theta is 90 degree. So, the same can be used over here, sin square theta plus cosec square theta, right? So, sin square 90 degree plus cosec square 90 degree, that is 1 square plus 1 square. Again, we are getting the value as 2, right? So, no need to go for much paperwork. This is one very simple method. You can assume the value of theta is 90 degree, because if theta is 90 degree, sin 90 plus cosec 90 is 2. So if theta is 90 degree, if it's satisfied over here, then you can have the same value of theta 90 degree over here to get the correct answer, right? Apart from that, what you can do is, if you are not satisfied with this solution, what you can do is you just square this. So sin square theta plus cosec square theta plus 2 sin theta cosec theta. Sin theta and cosec theta, they are reciprocal of each other. So sin theta into cosec theta will be 1, and this is actually 4. Right? I squared this thing, a square plus b square plus 2ab. ab will be 1. So I'm left out with sin square theta plus cosec square theta plus 2 is equal to 4. I want the value of this, that is 4 minus 2, 2. As simple as that. So you can choose any of these methods. Now if 5 sin theta is equal to 3, then the value of this is equal to. Now that's pretty simple. You just draw a right angle triangle very quickly. 3 sin theta is equal to 5 sin theta is equal to 3. That means sin theta is equal to 3 by 5. So that should be 3. That should be 5. So this must be 4. You know 3, 4, 5 Pythagorean triplets now. Now sec theta plus tan theta sec theta minus tan theta can be very easily solved. Sec theta is what? It is 1 upon cos theta, and cos theta is 4 by 5, so sec theta will be 5 by 4. Tan theta will be 3 by 4, right? Similarly 5 by 4 minus 3 by 4. So this is cancelled. 8 by 2, that is 4. So very simply you can do it. If x is equal to a cos theta plus b sin theta and y is equal to a sin theta minus b cos theta, then a square plus b square is equal to. Now to solve this sort of problems, once again you should assume the comfortable values of theta. Do not make lengthy equations because that will be unnecessary time consuming, and you know time is the biggest limitation in competitive exams, right? So just take the any value of theta. You can assume the theta to be 0 or 90 degree. Right? If you put at theta as 0, then this expression will be 0, and over here this expression will be 0, right? So what you'll be getting, x is equal to a if theta is equal to 0. Similarly, y is equal to minus b if theta is equal to 0. So x a square plus b square will be what? X square plus y square, right? If you square both the sides and add them, it is a square is equal to x square minus b whole square, that is b square is equal to y square. So a square plus b square is equal to x square plus y square. Again you can choose the theta, the value of theta as 90 degree to get more confidence, right? So x is equal to b if theta is equal to 90 degree, and y is equal to a, right? If theta is 90 degree. In that case this will be 0. So x square plus y square is equal to a square plus b square. So in both the cases a square plus b square you are getting as x square plus y square. So easily you can solve the question, right? It is the matter of less than 30-40 seconds. If tan theta is minus 3 by 4, then cos theta is, see tan theta we have discussed this circle, that is all sugar, tea, coffee, 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi, right? So tan theta is negative in this quadrant, that is second quadrant and fourth quadrant, right? So in second quadrant and fourth quadrant, in second quadrant tan theta is negative, so cos theta will also be negative. In second quadrant though cos theta is already negative, but in fourth quadrant cos theta is positive, right? So tan theta is minus 3 by 4. I assume the sides to be 3, 4, then it will be definitely 5, right? So cos theta will be either 4 by 5 if it is in second quadrant, and it will be minus, in second quadrant it will be minus 4 by 5, and in the fourth quadrant it will be 4 by 5. So cos theta will take two values, depends upon this, right? So cos theta will take two values as minus 4 by 5 or 4 by 5, right? Both the values can be achieved. So be very clear, because these other options are really confusing over here, right? So if you are not conceptually clear, you will end up marking wrong answer. Okay, if tan theta is minus 3 by 4, that means theta is either in second quadrant or fourth quadrant. If it is in second quadrant, then cos theta will also be negative, so you'll get minus 4 by 5, and if it is in fourth quadrant, then cos theta will be positive, so it will be 4 by 5, right? X upon a cos theta plus y upon b sin theta plus 1 is 0, then this is, then x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to what? Now x by a we are having over here. So once again we can take the same approach. I can assume theta as 0 or theta as 90 degree, right? So first of all I assume theta as 0. So if theta is 0, then x by a will be equal to minus 1 from this, right? And here this portion will be 0 because theta is 0, sin 0 is 0. So minus y by b cos theta minus 1 is equal to 0. Cos 0 is 1. So y by b is equal to minus 1, right? So x square by a square is 1 and y square by b square is also 1. So the 1 plus 1, it will be 2 only, right? Similarly, if you wish to verify it, you can take theta as pi by 2 also. So in that case, y by b is equal to minus 1 from here, and x by a will be equal to 1. Right? So further, if you do square, you will be getting minus 1 square, that's 1 only, and 1 plus 1, 2. So in both the cases, you are getting the answer as 2. If you wish to verify, no problem. Otherwise, in first go only, you should be able to mark the correct answer. Right? And once again, never try to make lengthy equations, because most of the students what they do is they just try to make the simultaneous equations, right? X by a cos theta and here y by b cos theta. So they multiply y by b over here, multiply and divide and all blah blah blah. So that will be really a time consuming process, and space will also be required, right? So to assume the comfortable value of theta, you can assume for 45 degree as well, but that is also bit lengthy. So just assume from 0 and pi by 2. In both the cases, you'll be getting the same answer, right? Okay, this problem, first we take this log 10 1 degree plus log 10 2 degree and blah blah blah, right? Now you must be knowing that log of a into b is equal to log of a plus log of b, right? Similarly, if we have the big sequence a b c d p q r s t, then it will be like log a plus log b plus log p blah 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 blah, right? So that's the concept we'll be using over here. So log a plus log b plus log c. So what I can do is log 10 1 degree into 10 2 degree up to 10 89 degree, right? Now 10 89 degree is what? 10 90 minus 1. Now 10 90 minus theta is nothing but cot theta. So here it will be cot 1, right? Now 10 and cot, they are reciprocal of each other. So 10 1 cot 1, it is 1. 10 2 cot 2, right? 10 88 will be cot 2. So 10 2 cot 2, that is again 1. 10 3 cot 3, again 1. And only we are left with 10 45 degree, which does not have any complementary angle. So 1045 is already 1. So all these, this entire calculation will produce nothing else but 1. And log 1 will be getting log 1, and log 1 is 0. So your answer is 0 over here, right? So that's pretty simple. In this case, cos 1 degree, cos 2 degree, in this entire sequence up to cos 179 degree will be having a number that is in between, that is cos 90 degree. Cos 90 degree is nothing but 0. So the entire sequence will be multiplied by 0. So that will produce 0. Okay, so here also the answer is 0. So very simple conceptual problem. No need to worry by looking at the number. It's a very big sequence, but no need to worry about it, right? The bigger the sequence, the smaller the concept, right? So that the answer will be 0 in both the cases. Very frequently these sort of concepts or I can say questions are asked in competitive exams. We'll be taking more questions in our next session. Do revise this session, and yes, your basics must be really clear. If you are not clear with your basics, these sessions will be difficult for you. So do attend the basic sessions before you come for the problem solving sessions. Okay, bye bye.